Chapter 12. Continuation. This enormous house of cards has been creaking in its framework for a long time, but is now about to collapse completely. Science long ago made its entry into our civilization, awakening people to an enlightened world where knowledge, critical thinking, and rationality are allowed to flourish. The composer, however, still has his head full of the old-fashioned fantasy stories instilled by family, upbringing, and school. Then he decides to investigate further, to scrutinize, to listen to opposing voices, to take the journey into the global, secular academia, and to brace himself for what is to come. It turns brutal. Beams of imaginary steel break down and fall to the ground. What once shone illusorily in the radiant light of truth fades and is marked by a dirty gray color, simply exposed as falsification and lies. The entire childhood faith is examined with lantern and magnifying glass, tools from epistemology or applied. Socrates appears. Biologists heavily armed with knowledge of evolution persuade with empiricism and facts. Converting priests and Bible scholars shift from faith to non-belief, and there, not least, chief atheist Christopher Hitchens thunders onto the scene. Homesickness and homecoming. The journey home becomes heavy and long, a slow gliding descent from Oz. A descent where cold winds from Trollheimen bite into his cheeks, but fortunately with a distant view of the homeland. The thick fog that once covered the motherland and fatherland has vanished. Only a few white cotton tufts on the highest peaks remain to be seen. The landing is perfect on the mountain farmstead Voxeter in Mør og Romsdal. The composer is ice cold and in a state of shock. Yet he walks, relieved, along the well-known path home to his birthplace, Mold. On the way home, he sees the entire Magnif ________. Thus, however, life was tense. Here is what happened: lift, carry, place, drive, bring, renovate, wash, throw away, tidy, move, repair, paint the house, fetch, carry, place furniture. Vacuum 4 times a week because of the spouses, dust on the brain, paint the terrace, shop for others, put things in the attic, put things in the basement, throw things away. Haul away the old fireplace and old junk, install a new fireplace, fix lamps, repair house and car, paint the terrace again, shovel snow, mow the lawn, dig up for a new lawn, make a new lawn. Cut trees, chop wood, split wood, stack wood, shovel snow again, trim the hedge, maintain flower beds and the property both inside and outside the fence, change tires. Help others move and change tires, pick up people without cars, paint the terrace again, and paint the house again, move again, put out garden furniture, take in garden furniture. Pay for the son's schooling, help with rent, etc. Sacrifice important composing time for caregiving tasks for years. Fine enough, but rewarded only with ingratitude and rejection. Wash and polish windows, lift and move furniture and pianos. 12 pianos in total, at regular intervals. Build up and tear down studios, move again, reinstall everything, drive to the recycling station. Clean basement and attic, go to JISC, buy curtains, pay other debts, tons of bills, struggle with debt collectors and sly, grumpy collection lawyers, and a merciless, hard-hearted enforcement officer. Go to parties, sit and smile politely strained, listen to meaningless chatter. Play for free at countless parties, weddings, concerts, funerals, and the like. Move and carry again. Build a new road onto the property, build a bathroom, unload and reload truckloads of firewood. Maneuver 8-meter-long caravans into place with curious spectators everywhere getting in the way of the work, clean toilets, repair sewer systems, drive a tractor. Pull cars and other vehicles out of ditches, shovel snow again, saw and take down large trees with a negative, mocking audience present, haul away branches and leaves, tidy outdoor areas. Sit in deadly boring board meetings without purpose or goal, listen to endless drivel about nothing. Teach ungrateful and rude kids in the music school. No one bothers to practice. Move and carry again. Listen to and comfort others in their dysfunctional lives, for hours. Paint the terrace again. Shovel snow again. Be plundered and grossly exploited financially in a divorce settlement. Move, lift and carry, wear out body and soul, be destroyed by it all. In broad strokes, my life. Sincerely. Composer BNKHoemsnes. A highly educated composer with a master's degree. Perhaps Mr. Hoemsnes should have spent his time on something else. Composing, for example.